What we doing today, everybody? It is September 20th, 2023, 9:26 p.m. It is the professional trader, aka the funder trader, aka the small and alpha log. Today's video is just going to be another update on how my FTMO account is doing, as well as just a general analysis on the Forex markets. So let's just go ahead and get right on to it, right? I need to switch out my mouth. All right, so if anybody is paying attention to fundamental analysis, uh, and we go to Forex Factory, you'll know that today there was, where is it? There we go. Today was FOMC for the US dollar, right? And FOMC is a pretty big deal if you are a fundamental trader. These are the type of news events that'll get the markets really moving in one way or the other. So I know Jerome Powell spoke. I don't pay too much attention really that hard to just tell you what he said, but we see that the federal rate funds, the numbers were just as expected, right? So not bearish for the dollar, kind of a neutral thing, but it really wouldn't be expecting a bearish dollar, right? So you go to Forex, not Forex, right? You go to trading and we take a look at the markets. We see that the dollar during the week started selling off, right? And it found resistance at what was once support and it bounced back off of there. And if we take it to the 1 hour even, we see that during these news events, price started to push back up, right? Followed by this crazy wick down here. We're not exactly sure what this is. I don't know if the markets opened up with a gap, but if the markets did open up with a gap, then that's crazy. That is a lot of pips right there. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, but at the moment, the DXY is most definitely looking bullish. So for me, the next level of resistance that I'd be paying to for the dollar would be right at this 105.882, right? And for me, until further, then the dollar just looks like it's going to continue pushing up higher. So if we take a look at a pair like USD CAD, if anybody's watching from the last video, we saw that USD CAD had pushed to a level of support that was once resistance, which also lined up with a 50% retracement, right? So was looking for some bullish potential momentum on USD CAD if we could find some off the 50% levels. We saw this push up here, right? And then we saw a slight downward momentum, but we saw that price was never able to close below this 50% level again, followed by this upward momentum. So for the moment, USD CAD looks bullish. Would like to see, higher highs continue to get formed, and we'd be looking to essentially swing this all the way back, back up here, right? And that's about 261 pips. So I'm in a USD CAD trade at the moment, looking to potentially swing trade it. This is the only trade I am in. I'm risking about 1% total. So not taking any other trades at the current moment. So USD CAD, I'm looking for it to continue to push higher. And once again, I'm looking for it to continue to push higher from this 50% retracement level that price was able to catch momentum off of. AUD USD, I'm not in it at the moment. I am actually thinking about entering, though, right now. Just wanted to see if price could get some type of retracement just because didn't want to risk 115 pips. But if anybody's watching, um, from my last video, I said I was looking for so for the past week or two, I was kind of AUD USD. Now looking back, AUD USD was just kind of in the range at this moment, right? And I was continuously looking for sales in this area, but it seems that price was consolidating because price wasn't ready to go lower just yet from this level, right? And I had this higher level marked up, and it seems that price needed to retrace back here before finally catching that momentum back to the downside, right? Um, Sadly, wasn't able to catch this trade up here. This would have been the best risk to reward. Markets just move very fast the other way, though, right? But I do still like AUD USD to the downside. I'm actually thinking about entering now potentially on not the biggest lot size, but potentially swinging this trade all the way, um, to this swing low down here, right? We look at the daily chart, we have this this price push down followed by rejection, and this is massive pin bar, and then this massive bearishness coming in at the moment. So price most definitely still looks very bearish. And I'm actually most definitely thinking about entering AUD USD now, right? But would want to see if we could get, maybe some pushback to these levels and then, continue to swing it back down. And that way, if we can get that, my risk could be, a lot less, about 70 pips. Then we can swing that all the way back down here. So I like AUD USD to the downside. I like selling it now, honestly, because that move might never happen, it pulling back. So maybe taking a small sell, not risking so much, but knowing that it could possibly pull back, and if it does pull back, risking a little bit more on the continuation and on the sell side. Euro USD, it's the same thing that's going on. Dollar bullishness is just pushing a lot of these pairs to the downside. And if anybody's watching from my last video, I kind of just said I wanted to see what was going to happen at this level right here. Were we going to get the pushback up like how it did here, or were we going to get the break of this level? And it seems like price has made its decision. So we got the break of this level. We hasn't got this 4-hour closer yet. We've gotten it on the seems like we're about to get it on the 1 hour, right? So for me, I'm looking to short the pair, right? So for me, any type of pullbacks that I can get, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. But I'm looking to short this pair now. So I'm learning to be more patient by the day. Pullback happen. Um, they will happen. If not now, I wish it could happen when I wanted to, but it will happen. So I'm just waiting on some type of small pullback, not the biggest one, just because I feel like price is ready. Even though just a couple of hours, prices went 109 pips in about 7 hours, 8 hours. Price still had potentially a lot more to go. So just gonna be patient. Gonna wait on some slight retest. Maybe if we can get a 15-minute, retracement, price pulling back here, and then stop loss. And this is a shorter time frame trade. Price to pull back here, could put stop loss. If we get some rejection, stop loss right below here. I don't really trade like this, but if I'm awake at the moment, actively trading, or stop loss right above here, or if you want to risk a little bit more, we could put our stop loss over here, and then we could be linking to trade it all the way down. So something like that, right? That's if you're actively on the markets, right? So how I feel about Euro USD, look at GBP USD, go back to the 4 hour. GBP USD is kind of has just reached that support level. Euro USD was bouncing off of the support level for a couple of days. GBP USD has just hit it. So kind of like with the same thing. Are we going to get some rejection off of this level, or are we going to get a clean break off of this level? And if we can get a clean break off of this level, this would be looking for some minor pullbacks. And then from there, we'll be looking to enter. I had these levels drawn up, right? So kind of the same thing with AUD USD. I was taking trade in this consolidation area when price really just needed to pull back higher into these areas. Uh, wasn't able to capitalize just because price moved really fast, and I just wasn't watching the charts when this happened. But price still has a lot to go. So that's how I feel about GBP USD. Just waiting on a clean break of the structure. After that, just waiting on some pullbacks. USD JPY seems like we have finally got the break of this structure here. So if we can get a pullback to this level, I'd be looking to continue to buy USD JPY. But clearly bullish, right? And if you were actively watching the charts when price pulled back here, in hindsight, that was a perfect opportunity to buy. But as quick as it came down here, it's as quick as it went back up. So it's just one of those things that you had to be there for. Euro AUD. Euro AUD is another pair that I am thinking about maybe taking another buy opportunity. Kind of like USD CAD. It didn't hold at this 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 support level, but it didn't mean that it was just bearish all the way, right? Just because the overall structure was still bullish. So now that we're at another level of support, I am looking to potentially continue to buy back your AUD, and then we had this first pull up, followed by this minor retracement, but not being able to close below here, right? And now we see more bullish momentum come in. So um, your AUD is actually one of a trade that I might take for any other trade. Stop loss just above here. And I'd be looking to potentially trade this, back up into these highs potentially. And it's a very good risk to reward. So this is actually a trade that I might take, and I might actually take it. Let me just adjust this. I might actually take this on the street. So I like to kind of just put whole numbers on my trades. So just gonna zoom in. 64725. So so this is actually a trade that I like. I actually do like this setup a lot. Um, it's about 100 pips, pretty far, but the risk to reward is great. My phone is charging in the corner, but this is actually a trade that I would take off camera. I'll take it officially off camera, but I'd probably be looking to risk about maybe $50 to $60. So I'd maybe be entering around a 60 cent lot or something like that. And then if I can get, I keep saying we, but if I could get another pullback, and I'd be looking to, but not a closure below here, and I'd be looking to maybe enter another buy, risking maybe about a total of 1%. So I really like your AUD to the upside, right? And that's just off technical analysis, nothing fundamental about it. XAU USD, XAU USD. This is actually one of the trades that kind of hurt my heart. Do I have? No, I don't have it. So in my last video, no, actually, I don't know if I marked it up on my last video, but I was trying to short the XAU USD from this level of resistance up here. Saw that we had the break, and I actually and we saw we had the break, and we had another break right followed by this retest, and I had a setup drawn up to the upside, literally to here, right? Because this was the next level of resistance. Happened to the T, and then I was looking to continue to short it from here. And I didn't take the trades because I don't trade like that, right? If I'm overall bearish on something, I'm not really looking for the buys to trade it to where I think it'll continue to sell. Uh, just because I don't want to mess with my psychology too much, but I think eventually I can get there. But XAU USD, this is one of the trades that even though I didn't take the trades, it make me feel good about myself because I kind of just called it to the T, right? We saw the break of this level here. We saw another high followed by retest. So it was, to me at least, in the way I trade, it was kind of obvious that price needed to continue to go higher, right? But it didn't mean that the overall structure was bearish. And we saw that happen exactly, right? We saw it break this level, the first level of resistance, but couldn't break the second level of resistance, right? And if this 4 hour candle is ridiculous, as quick as it came up, as quick as it came down. And, sadly, I just wasn't here when the markets pulled back up here to take a trade. I don't know what I was doing. I think it's time I got Trading Pro just so I can start setting more than one alert. That's to me, this is just what today means and what FOMC means. And I think if I did have more alerts, I'd be less I'd be less frantic at times. So I'm still working on my psychology every day. So yeah, GBP um, kind of just waiting to see what's gonna happen. It looks like it's breaking this level here, but I'm not too convinced. But GBP is it going to really break here? And if we can, can we get a retest? If that happens, I'll be looking to continue to short it. Uh, it's most definitely bearish at the moment, but kind of like gold, but the opposite of gold. It's bearish at the moment, but can be overall, but it is still overall bullish long term. But this one is a pair that looks like it just can be due for a bigger retracement. Um, but I personally don't want to see it go bearish just because the trend is still the trend at the moment is not bullish, but the technical analysis overall on higher time frames is still bullish. And I feel like the better risk to reward for me would be for it to buy back at this level, right? Just because if it breaks this level, you know, it can easily start buying back from a number of places here. But, would probably say, maybe down here would be the next level. Or if you go to the daily chart, like, there's just so many wicking places. So it's like selling it with this to me is I feel like you get a higher reward, higher reward just rather than shorting it. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I'm looking at. I'm currently in USD CAD. USD CAD looks like it's currently making up for a lot of the losses. I had to pick a lot of losses in a row. But if I can swing this trade back up here, I can make about close to 7% just off this one trade, only risking about a little bit over 1%. So good risk to reward on this trade. Just needed to be more patient on it, and patience pays. So learning every day, like I said. AUD USD, I would like to see if I could get some pullbacks. Euro USD. Looks like it's breaking. Looks like it's breaking this support level down here. And then could we get small pullbacks to this to the break of the structure right here, right back to the downside? Same thing with GBP USD. Can we get a break of the support level? USD and APY, can we get a retracement back to the break of the structure here? And if we can, would we looking to continue to go long? Your AUD, I said I'd be taking a trade on your AUD off camera. I like the technical analysis on this chart to the upside. Gold, gold would be looking to sell, right? Could we get pullbacks to this area right here or even higher? And we'd be looking to sell it, right? Back down, just for a better risk to reward. Then, if it broke this level right here, we could kind of be expecting it to potentially pull back up here. So, stop loss above here if it could pull back up here, and then, potentially shorting it. So, that's how I feel about the Forex markets at the moment. You go to my FTMO account, we refresh it. I gotta keep it transparent with you guys. You see that I'm kind of in a decline right now. I'm sure my numbers aren't looking greatest. Um, USD cash trade I'm in, kind of bringing me back to life. It's 0.74%. I was at break even earlier in the day, but back up a little bit. See that my average profit and my average loss is not the greatest. So, um, just looking to continue to catch some momentum, right? Looking to catch that one good swing trade that's going to bring me, you know, 5, 6, 7%. So yeah, that's how I'm doing. That's how I feel about the Forex markets. And thank you to anybody who's watching. Thank you guys for the comments. Thank you guys for the likes. It means a lot. Uh, I don't do this to try to get rich quickly. I do this to try to incorporate it in my real life. And there is value in trading for sure. And there is not value in blowing accounts and hitting your daily loss almost every time and things of that nature. But there's value in risking low and gaining a lot of rewards. So I'm learning every day. I'm learning to be more patient. I'm learning to be better. I think I should start journaling more. So that's something I'm gonna just do more, just because every trader that I watch mentions it, and I feel like I have everything in my head, but you know, I'm gonna try the journaling out and just see if it benefits me anyway. So that's my little rant for the night. It's 9:49 p.m. I'm going to be watching the charts casually. We'll probably be checking every hour just to see how it happens. Yeah, just see how it's going on. It seems like the markets are ready to do some big moves, to to uh to their respected areas, I should say. So, man, thank you guys again, man. The likes, the comments, they mean a lot. I feel like everybody who's watching, we're a small little community already. Maybe a Telegram or something should be made just for traders to talk. Not even a signal page or anything like that, just for traders to speak to one another, to be real, to create a space that is legit, that is real, and that is informative, that's filled with good information, and just none of that fake stuff. So yeah, man, thank you guys very much. Please keep putting comments. Tell me what you guys think I should do, change. If anybody who's watching is a trader as well, if you guys would ever like to, get on Zoom and do your own analysis on screen, I'd be more than welcome and open to having that, having the people see more than one trader and how they trade, can never hurt. I think so. So yeah. Thank you guys again. Guys, have a good night, good morning, good day, wherever you are. Thank God. Thank you guys. Bye.